Hello Wolfpack, we have formed a bearish structure within a bearish structure here on Bitcoin. We formed, as you can see, a longer term bear flag, and then we have a shorter term bear flag at the bottom of the longer term bear flag. And then within the bear flag, we have actually a symmetrical triangle formation, which will determine which side we swing to within the bear flag, within a bear flag. Lots of words mixed up there, but essentially what it is that we have a longer term bear flag, shorter term bear flag, and then within this mini bear flag, we have this triangle formation that will be deciding whether we swing to the bottom or whether we swing to the top of the shorter term bear flag. And ultimately, that will decide whether we break below the larger bear flag or we stay within the larger bear flag, right? That's kind of the situation we're faced with on Bitcoin now. And we haven't seen much volatility at all. In fact, the last 6 days really have been extremely boring. And that's the reason why this video is going to be very short, because there's really not much to talk about other than that. But what we can say is that if we do break this mini symmetrical triangle formation to the upside, there's a very high chance that we will be breaking the mini bear flag to the upside and actually going up to 22.6k. But I don't see many prospects for many gains on Bitcoin above 22.6k. I think that 22.6k will be the highest that Bitcoin could possibly go. I do ultimately think we'll break this entire bear flag structure to the downside. Why am I looking at 22.6k as the highest it could possibly go? Well, there's a few reasons there. But one of the main reasons is, and there's another reason as well, which I'll tell you in a second, but one of the main reasons is market cipher, right? Market cipher is showing that there's a variety of moving averages that are all equaling out just below that 22.6k region, meaning that if the higher we get towards 22.6k, the more intense the resistance becomes, and the more likely it becomes that we reject downwards back to the bottom of the large bear flag formation. And obviously, if we do that, at some point you have to expect a breakdown, because it is a bear flag after all. And another reason why I'm not really expecting us to get too far above 22.6k at all, really, is because, and if we're looking at the weekly chart, for example, it's because the Bollinger Band center line, which is the 20-week SMA, right, is currently at around 26. It's moving downwards rapidly. But more importantly, the 200-week SMA is at 23.1k, which obviously is just above 22.6k. And so I'm thinking that the closer we get to 22.6k, the resistance, the nearest local resistance, yeah, it's a resistance zone. It's also got market cipher showing us it's a major resistance zone. And also just above it is a 200-week SMA, which is a major resistance zone. So yeah, I don't think it's very likely at all that Bitcoin actually moves too far to the upside here. I think, as I said, the highest we will go is 22.6k. I think that the bottom is not in on Bitcoin. I do think we'll be going downwards further to find an ultimate bottom at either 17k, a double bottom, or at 11.5k to 13.8k. And I think that this whole move here was actually just a dead cat bounce. I don't think we'll see those prices again until the bottom is actually in. What I can say for certain, though, because obviously all of that is just predictions and speculation, but what I can say for certain is that September will be a massive month for Bitcoin. Not only is the bear flag colliding with the major downtrending yellow line that we've seen since November 2021. Sorry about these lines on the screen here. Since we've seen about November 2021, as you can see here, major downtrending line, which means that we will be seeing a decision take place, either a break above the macro line or a break below the bear flag, guaranteed by September the 18th. Not only is that happening, but we're also seeing CPI on the 13th, and we're also seeing FMOC on the 22nd, and we're also seeing the Ethereum merge on the 19th. So between the dates of the 13th of September and the 22nd of September, there will be a massive amount of volatility on Bitcoin. I mean a huge amount of volatility on Bitcoin. There's 4 major events, all of which have very high significance in the longer term and the shorter term price action that will be directing the price action in whatever way they direct the price action. So regardless of what you think about Bitcoin now, regardless of whether you agree with me about 22.6k being the high we could possibly go to, regardless of whether you agree with me about Bitcoin going downwards again and forming a new low, regardless of all of that, you have to admit, and it's absolutely fundamentally objective, it's not my opinion, that the middle of September, between the 13th and the 22nd, will be an absolutely insane time to be involved in the cryptocurrency market. That will be a very, very high risk area. Between these pink lines will be insanely important on Bitcoin. But essentially, going back and zooming out a little bit and taking a step back, what we can really see is happening here, and we're kind of prepping for it, right? We can see we're prepping for it, is that Bollinger Bands are compressing on the weekly. If we went to the 3-day, the 5-day, whatever, we could see the exact same thing. Why is this happening? Well, it means that the market is getting ready for another massive move. And I think that massive move will be happening within September, lining up with these events, right? The market is showing us, you don't see 6 days of consolidation, in the same price region for nothing. You don't see this entire bear flag just, playing it all the way out to the end for nothing. You see it because it's waiting for something to happen. And it's been doing that for various reasons. One of which is because of all these events in September. The other of which is because it's waiting to see what's going to happen with the macro. And the macro is reflected on the S&P here. What we saw in the macro and reflected on the S&P is a large upwards trend, followed by a downwards trend bouncing off support. And now we're kind of in that area where we're between support and resistance. We're between that green support box, we're between that yellow resistance line, and we're just waiting patiently to see what will happen. I think that's kind of the whole, market, I think, summarized in a few words there. It's waiting. The market is waiting. We're waiting to see what the market's going to do, and the market is waiting to see what the macro is going to do, and it's reacting off of that. But I think that it's fair to say at this point that due to the fact that we are in two separate bearish structures in a macro bear market, while the 4-year cycle, which predicted the top, is predicting the bottom will be in Q4, and it's not quite Q4 yet, we do have to assume that, hey, it's probably going to go downwards. We're probably going to see a new low, at least a double bottom, right? At least a double bottom at 17.6K, if not a new low, in Q4. And I think that theory still stands true. I think it will still hold true, and I think it will play out. But regardless of all of that, we still need to be waiting, because right now I would consider this, in terms of a mid to longer term perspective, I would consider this a no trade zone, right? This is a no trade zone in my opinion, because we're still in the structure. We haven't actually broken it down yet. We're still on support technically, and so when we break support, that's when you'd be starting to pick up those short positions, to pick up those trades, etc. Right now, I'd still consider this a no trade zone on Bitcoin particularly. But altcoins, we trade them every day. If you're part of that, if you know what the V.I.P group is, we trade altcoins every day. And I never say to anyone you shouldn't trade altcoins. There's only very few occurrences in the crypto market, very few times in the crypto market that you shouldn't really be trading at all. And one of those times is, for example, CPI release, for example, FMOC, because those events can be completely irrational, right? You can see the most bearish CPI numbers come out that you've ever seen, and you'll see it 5% pump in an hour for no reason, right? Because it's unpredictable, and people act irrationally in times of uncertainty. So yeah, I would say that right now, in terms of a mid to longer term scale, you shouldn't really be interested in buying or selling right now. I seriously don't see it as something that's necessary to be done. I think a lot of people will agree with me on that. When you're very, very, very close to support, it doesn't hurt to wait and see what happens with the support, right? Realistically, we've got about a 2% or 3% loss until we lose that support. If you're in a position already, you shouldn't be selling. And if you're thinking of buying, you shouldn't really be buying now either, in my opinion. I think that this is definitely a time to be sitting on the sidelines and just scalp trading altcoins for now. Speaking of altcoins, I'm going to be coming at you with a fresh video tomorrow, because obviously the market's pretty boring right now. There's no denying that. 6 days of consolidation sideways, there's not really too much to talk about. I think you can probably get a grasp on that with what I've discussed in this video. But I'm going to be talking about why I don't think it's necessarily the best idea to buy altcoins until actually 2024 on a longer term scale. Scalp trading is obviously okay, but longer term buying of altcoins, you guys know my opinion on this already. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with long term buys on altcoins. There's only very few scenarios in a 4-year cycle that I would agree with it. And I'm going to be discussing that a lot tomorrow. So if you're thinking of long term buying altcoins, maybe it's worth taking a look at that video that's coming out tomorrow. But regardless of that, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. If you're interested in becoming a VIP member with the Wolves of Crypto YouTube channel, you can go to my YouTube homepage and you can click on the join button. This will open up a tab that shows you all of the perks you get for becoming a VIP. I'll quickly go through them now. There's 4 trading setups per week in spot and short positions, which is the main thing that people join for. Additionally, you've got prioritized reply to comments, meaning I will prioritize replying to your comments over people who are the free subscribers, the free channel members, because obviously as the channel grows, there's going to be more and more comments. I'm not going to be able to get back to all of them. And so the VIP members, I will prioritize getting back to first. We've got a 2-hour lecture on market psychology, which many people have said to me is the most valuable video I have made. And then we've also got exclusive Telegram group access, where you gain access to a Telegram group in which VIP members share charts and discuss trading strategies and ideas and the signals that I post into the VIP group as well. All of that is just 40 AUD a month, which works out to be around 28 USD a month. If you're looking for an exchange to use for cryptocurrency trading and you're sick of your current exchange, or you're just looking for a better exchange, I'd highly recommend you sign up to the BitGet Exchange. There's many reasons for that. The first reason being it's non-KYC, which means it lines up with the fundamental values of cryptocurrency, decentralization on your end, which is perfect. It's also got 5 times lower fees than Binance, which is insanely cheap, which means you'll be saving a massive amount of money by trading on this exchange, which of course is one of your main intentions. On top of that, so it's 5 times less fees than Binance, it's decentralized, and on top of that, not your keys, not your crypto, that's not really a massive problem with this exchange because they've got a protection fund which they've dedicated 6,000 Bitcoin and over $100 million into that protection fund in order to secure the funds of the users. Meaning, if something happens on the exchange and you lose your funds, it's not guaranteed, but there's a very good chance that you'll be able to recover those funds through use of the exchange's protection fund. And the last thing as well is if you sign up using my referral link, which by the way would support the channel, I'd highly recommend you do that, which you can find in the description below. If you sign up using my referral link, you can gain access to a reward center as well and gain access to over 4,000 USD in rewards by completing various tasks. So lastly, I'll just say it again, please sign up using my referral link. It takes 5 minutes and it helps out the channel a lot. Thanks guys. I'd also like to give a quick shout out to the Crypto Academy. This is a course developed by myself and MegaWell Crypto. We're teaching people how to trade. Become a trader, a 10-unit course is like the title, a 10-unit course that teaches people how to become traders. We teach people how to analyze charts, we teach people how to take profitable trades, how to master TA, whatever it may be. You can go on the website and you can read a bit about this, but ultimately I'll give you a quick rundown, 10 units, starting from fundamental cryptocurrency concepts, going through to technical analysis, going through to market patterns, indicators, candlestick formations, profitable mindsets and psychology, and then finally how to find trades. We've got about 450 slides, 80 videos, 8 worksheets, and a trading diary, which means we're targeting all of the core psychological groups of how to learn things, right? We've got visual learners, we've got verbal learners, we've got people who learn using practical skills like practice. We've got many different things there. We're targeting all those groups. We've also done an extensive market analysis on what TA courses are currently available. And we can tell you right now, for the price you're paying for this course, and in general, this is the most extensive course you will find that finds all of the information relevant to teach you how to trade, gives you lifetime access after a one-time payment. So if you're interested in finding out more about the course, go ahead and email cryptoacademycourses@gmail.com and we'll get back to you with all the relevant information. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.